Hi, YouTubers, and welcome back for another Tuesday episode. You are here with Jennifer Tardy. I am your career success coach, and today's topic is all about how to get your interviewing confidence back. I've met so many people along the way who feel really insecure about their ability to interview, who feel doubtful or even skeptical about being able to make it through the interviewing process. And if you're feeling doubtful and skeptical and insecure, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to continue through the process, or you're not even going to try to get a new job or to get a job that you feel best serves your life. And I want to prevent that. I want to make sure that you have the confidence that you need. And in this video, I'm going to give you 7 tips to make sure that that happens right away. So be sure to stay through to the very end because you don't want to miss any of these tips. All right, so the very first tip that I want to give you is know what's coming your way. Most people who are interviewing have no clue what this process, this interviewing process at that company that they're interviewing with, they don't even know what's coming next. And so it is completely acceptable for you as the candidate to talk to your recruiter or to talk to the hiring manager, whomever is the person that's getting in contact with you on a regular basis, and ask them, can you tell me a little bit more about what I'm to expect throughout this interviewing process? And they'll tell you, they'll say, typically we'll do a panel interview, and then after that, you're done. And so if you know that helps to give you a bit more confidence because now you can prepare for those other steps in the interviewing process. Number 2, think repetition. The more times you do something, that thing that you're doing will now become more standard. As a matter of fact, think of this in terms of the interviewing process. The more times that you are able to interview back to back, the more times you start feeling a little more comfortable because you've done it so frequently. So this is one of the reasons why whenever I'm working with clients one-on-one through their career coaching, I always say to them, I want you to apply to 10 job opportunities. 3 of those job opportunities are jobs that you are most likely overqualified for. Those are jobs, they'd be lucky to have you. 3 of those jobs are jobs that you are exactly qualified for. It looks just like the job that you're in right now, and you can easily walk into it and do those jobs. A little bit of challenge, not that much because you're doing it. And then apply for 4 stretch positions. Those positions that if you were to get that job, it would knock your socks off because you never thought in your own mind that you would get those jobs. Now, I don't tell my client to apply to 10 jobs because I want to waste their time. No, what I'm really trying to do, in fact, is build their confidence. Build their confidence through the repetition. So oftentimes, if you know that you're going to get these first 3 to 6 jobs because you're either overqualified or you're exactly qualified, you're going to have more opportunities to talk to recruiters, more opportunities to interview, more opportunities to answer questions in general and to prepare. So by the time that you get to those stretch positions, you are well ready. You are very, very, very ready to participate in them. So number 3 is know yourself. Or at least know that you know your own story. You are the only consistent throughout your entire resume. You have been present for every single job that you have. So have confidence in knowing that you know yourself and you know your story better than anyone else. Yes, I always recommend to brush up on your own story because you are living life in the present, and sometimes you forget some of the details of the past. But trust and have confidence in the fact that no one knows your story or your experience better than you. And so as you're talking to interviewers, you're just telling that story to them. Yeah, you may mess up some pieces or you may forget some pieces, but it's okay because they don't know that you've messed up. Only you know that you may have forgotten something that you've done in the past. Just keep moving right along with it, okay? So number 4, learn the rules. So you know that people say that you need to know the rules of the game in order to win the game, or in order to play the game. Same is true for interviewing. If you don't know what's acceptable to ask or what's not acceptable to ask, then that's going to affect your confidence a little as you're going through this whole process. So take trainings or courses that better help you to understand what the recruiting process looks like, and the things that are acceptable, the to-dos and the not to-dos throughout the process. As a matter of fact, if you haven't taken our course at Black Career Success, take that course today. Just go to our website, or below here, I'm going to put the link to that course in there for you, okay? So take the course, learn the rules, play the game successfully. All right, so that was number 4. Number 5, do your research. Do your research in 2 areas. Number 1, understand the company/department. Oftentimes, you're not going to be able to get that much information about the actual department on the website. So spend more of your time trying to understand the company. Understanding the company means understanding the history of the company, who the leadership is within the organization, understanding the major locations, what business are they in, what's the mission, the vision, the values of the organization. Understand that as a way to prepare for the interview, but understand that also as a way to see if it even aligns to what is meaningful to you in your own life. Okay, so do your research on the company, but also do as much of the research on the people who will be interviewing you along the way. That is truly going to help to build your confidence. The more you understand who's going to be interviewing you and what their style is like, the better prepared you're going to feel and the more confident you're going to feel throughout. So how do you get the information on who's going to interview you? That goes back up to number 1, and it's know what's coming. So when I talk to you about the number 1 way to build confidence is to know what's coming, ask your recruiter or the hiring manager. All they can do is say, no, I can't tell you, I don't know, or maybe they'll actually tell you. They'll tell you who they are, and they'll tell you what's important to them. They'll tell you what role this person has in the organization, and then you can go back down to the step that we're on presently, and you can do your research. And doing your research means going to websites like LinkedIn to find out a little bit about them. Find out a couple of things professionally about them, and then see if you can find out something that is a personal interest of theirs as well too. You'll oftentimes be able to find something like that on a site like LinkedIn. All right, so moving on to number 6. Number 6 is give your best self. Give your best self during the interview. You know what your best self looks like, and you know how to give your best self, how to put your best foot forward, how to bring your A game. And one tool or one sub tip within number 6 is dress to impress. Make sure that your whole appearance looks tip top, because there's something to looking good. There's something psychological to looking good that also helps you to feel good. And the better you actually feel, the more confident you begin to feel. So giving your best is showing up in the best way. And it's also, when you show up, be the most present that you can be. The more present, the more in this moment that you can be for your interview, and the more confident that you're coming across externally, the more you're going to feel that confidence internally as well too. So give your best self is number 6. And finally, number 7, let go and have fun. And I'm going to emphasize the second part of that. Have fun during your interviewing process. Some of us act like going into an interview is like going up to the Supreme Court and asking for them to pardon your life, right? It's not that serious. It is a job that you're interested in getting. And if you don't get this job, it is not the end of the world, because like relationships, there are plenty other fish in the sea. There are plenty other jobs out there for you. And today you may think that, oh, if I don't get this job, then it's the end of the world. But one day, once you do get that job that is most deserving to you, then you will thank heavens that these other jobs went by the wayside. So be sure to let go and have fun throughout the process, okay? So let's do a quick recap. Number one, know what's coming. Know what the next steps in the process are so that you can prepare for them. Number two, think repetition. The more you do a thing, the easier that thing is going to be. Number three, know yourself. Know that you know yourself. That is a very important step. No one knows your career history better than you. Number four, learn the rules of the game. In order to know the rules, take our course immediately. And the next one, do your research. Do your research about the organization. Do your research about the people. And number six, give your best self. Show up and be present. Give your best self throughout the interview. And again, number seven, let go and have fun. I hope that these steps of building interview confidence are steps that really, really resonate with you as you are in the midst of or as you're starting your own career search. And as always, if you like this video, subscribe to this channel. And as a matter of fact, I'm offering a free downloadable PDF called 21 Pieces of Advice That No One Ever Tells Black Job Seekers. I wrote that for you because I want to make sure that you have the insider information that you deserve. If you want a copy of that, be sure to click on it below, and it's going to tell you how you can download that copy for yourself. As always, keep coming back for more. We have more information for you. I'm Jennifer Tardy, your career success coach, and I'll see you soon.